1981 Ford Escort XR3, as you can see in lovely prairie yellow here. Now this car was originally silver, but it has had a full rotisserie restoration by the current owner over the last 3 or 4 years, where he did do a colour change to prairie yellow. It's probably one of the best colour changes I think I've ever seen. You would, unless someone told you, you would never know, but we're always going to be honest about these things. The car has won awards. It did the Lakes Tour last year, where it won an award with the RS Owners Club. And you'll see why as we go around, because it is in beautiful condition. We're going to start by having a good look around the bodywork. Then we'll go for through the interior, and then we'll go for a cold engine startup. It is stone cold. It's been parked here overnight, and it's about 2 degrees today, so a nice cold startup. Starting on the driver's side on the bodywork, we're going to look down this side. You can see it's lovely and straight all the way down there. Nice, smooth, flat panels. There's no ripples, there's no dents. It's not thick with filler or anything like that. That body line that goes all the way down the car is lovely and straight with a sharp edge all the way down. Panel gaps are good, as you can see. Driver's front wing itself, all nice and neat on the tops of the wings there. Got a little bit of trapped polish inside that seam there, you can just see that, but actually the seam itself is lovely, as is the A-pillar itself, and along the scuttle it's immaculate and clean all the way along there. Rubber seal around the windscreen is lovely and soft as well. Driver's front wing itself, down the bottom here, normally that's where it gets caked with stone chips, but to be fair, it has been used sparingly. Like I said, I think the biggest journey it's done since it was finished was that Lakes Tour, which is a couple of 100 miles. You can see inside that arch a little bit of road dirt, which if you wanted to, you could get in there and clean that out. But other than that, really very good in there. Behind the arch itself, it's crisp and sharp all the way down to the bottom. Here, where normally this is where you find the corrosion, but this one, if you get your hand in there, is exactly what you want it to be. So the correct spec alloy wheels with 4 good tyres. Again, they've obviously been redone at the same time. We've got the centre caps and everything with them. Rest that wing, lovely and neat. Coming down this side, all the plastics are nice and clean and tidy. The rubber window seals are soft, they're not dried out. And the satin black section is in lovely condition all the way down the corner there. Nothing to whinge about on the driver's door itself. If we have a look down below here on the sill, you can see that's all good as well. Pop the camera underneath. Like I say, you can see it's not been out in the rain. It's not been used and abused. Really very, very good underneath. And we do have a whole load of photos of the restoration to come, which is always good. Nice and neat on that rear quarter. Inside the arch there, all good all the way around again. And again, if you put the camera in there, you can see just how clean that is. Another good wheel and tyre. Around the filler cap's good. Like I said, on the bottom of the windows is nice and neat. Up onto the roof. Inside the gutter rail is lovely and clean. The roof itself has no ripples or dents in that. Lovely and smooth. If we get down low like that, you would see any ripples or dents with our lights. And then around the sunroof, very good all the way around on there. Moving around onto the back, we'll have another look down this side while we're here. It's really smooth and straight all the way down there. On the back, both bumper corners, left and right, are lovely and neat. Really good finish on those. Bumper itself sits nice and straight. The valance below, lovely and clean. Again, you can get your hand underneath there and give that a good wipe down. A good feel. You can feel that's all solid behind there. You can see the boot floor, spare wheel well, rear suspension. All those bits have been redone at the same time, as you can tell. Like brand new under there. Behind the bumper itself, around the brackets, it's all nice and neat. The tail lights are bright and clean. And the spoiler, normally these dry out and crack, but this one's still nice and soft. All good on there. And then where it meets the windscreen, it does trap moisture there. And normally you find a bit of corrosion, but as you would expect, this one is lovely. Nothing to whinge about around that rear window either. And most importantly, you can see that the parcel shelf hasn't been cut for any 6x9s. Passenger side, if we're being really picky, personally I think that door wants just a little bit of adjustment. It's just stepping just slightly proud there. With it being a yellow car, it sort of stands out. The other side's bang on. That just wants maybe 2mm of adjustment on it just to get it right. Lower half of the valance on this side is nice and neat. Again, if you look down this side, it's not full of ripples or dents, it's not full of filler. Arch is good all the way around and inside. Lovely and clean, as you can see. Another good wheel and tyre. Satin section on this side, just as good as the other side. Window seals are all nice and soft. The glass is clear as well. It's not caked in scratches or anything like that. Another look at the roof from this side. Inside the gutter rail is nice. There's no sign of any stone chips coming through there, or on the leading edge of the windscreen, or down the A-pillar. No marks really to notice at all on the passenger side. And then underneath, just as good as the other side, as you would imagine. Fuel tank looks really good. Really nothing to complain about under there, is there? Around the handle and the locks, they're all nice and tidy. Plastics on this side are good. We've not wiped a bit of the dirt off the wing mirror there from when it was trailered down to us. Nice and neat on that front panel. Arch again, all good all the way around. Inside the arch, just like the other three, very, very good. And the final good wheel and tyre. Have a look at the scuttle on that seam from here. Does make for a slightly boring video, but it does make for a very nice car. As with the passenger door, again, personally, I'd adjust that bonnet. It's just got a little bit proud on the passenger side, if we're being really picky. The other side is good. Front bumper sits nice and straight. Correct forward stamped XR3 style spotlights. Headlamps and side lights are all lovely and clear. The lower valance is good. Normally it's sort of caked in stone chips and scuffed to bits, but that's all good. As is the leading edge of the bonnet. There's no marks to whinge about there. And then up onto the bonnet itself. Lovely and tidy. There's no excess paint or anything in the vents. For me, that's always a good sign of a proper paint job. So there you have it, bodywork wise. Really, really good looking car. You can see why it came away from that RS Club with a trophy. If you have a look down those door shuts, again, lovely and neat. And like I say, behind the seals, all exactly as it should be. There's no excess paint. It's not caked in overspray or anything nasty like that. Been done properly, which is always nice to see. Door card itself, lovely and tidy. Tiny little bit of wear on the handle, but the rest of it is all very good. Driver's seat. There's a couple of little watermarks, one there and one there. They look like they'd shampoo straight out to me, to be fair. Back of the seat, all nice and tidy on that. Rear bench seat, lovely and clean. Normally these things have got a couple of little cigarette burn holes, but as you can see, that one's all good. Nice dark carpet set and headlining, which is all in nice condition. Part of the repairs, that has been replaced down there. We do have the original in the file to go with it as well. All nice and neat on the driver's heel pad. Top of the dash is good. Normally they're full of cracks, whereas this one, as you can see, is good. You can also see we've done a terrible job of cleaning the windscreen, so I apologise for that. Standard spec stereo, all nice and neat on the centre console. We'll show you the mileage as well. 6,784. Check the description, we'll go through the history file. It's a decent sized history file. I would imagine that's 106 Ford's use a 5-digit speedo. And they reset at 9999, but we will put all that in the description. All nice and neat. In the boot, carpet set's all good. If we lift that up, that's the important bit. I mean, I almost wouldn't use a carpet on this one. That one's really good in there. Another full-size spare wheel with a matching tyre. And then under there, as you can see, it's clean and tidy. There's no trap moisture or anything like that. No funny smells in there, no damp or anything at all. Passenger side, all good on the door card. Again, a little bit of wear on there. To me, that looks like a lot of that would clean off, to be fair, but it is there. Door shuts are good. On the hinges, on the door strike is good. Passenger seat, again, nothing really to whinge about. A little bit of a watermark there, which looks like, again, it will clean out. This side of the dash, it's all lovely and tidy. No dodgy immobilizers, no dodgy stereos or anything in there. Just as it should be. And then under the bonnet, as you would expect, beautiful condition. We'll just pop that bonnet up. You can see, like, proper paint job. It hasn't filled any of the stamps or anything in on it. All the plaques in the right places. Inner wings, lovely and clean, as is the bulkhead, as you can see. And then the engine itself, nice and standard, not messed with, as it should be. It's been lightly cleaned up. It hasn't been overdone, which for me is always too much. It's, you know, with dress-up kits and things, whereas this one looks really very good. We'll get it fired up. Not being an I, it is the carburetor car, so we've got a little bit of choke. Like I say, it's freezing in here today. It does its little cycle with the warning lights and then they'll clear out. Straight around the back. Nothing nasty flying out of there. And then ticking over nice and happy at the front. I did have it down the road when we came off the trailer yesterday. Does drive very well, gearbox is nice, clutch is good, all that sort of stuff. So there you have it. Ford XR3i in Prarie yellow. Check the description, we'll detail everything we know about its history and its whereabouts and all that sort of stuff. But if you've got any other questions, please just let us know. Thank you.